Hello, this is Joshua James with Sedona Radio Network. We are SedonaLights.net, live from Sedona. This past week, one of our hosts, Leigh, interviewed Dr. Leonard Horowitz on the swine flu. Now, a lot of people were asking questions. There's a lot of fear going on the internet. And so we decided to get him on our show and get some advice from him ourselves. What can we do? What should we do? What shouldn't we do? And we thought maybe this would be helpful, so we've decided to upload a segment of it to YouTube and Google Video. And if you want, go ahead and swing by our website, SedonaLights.net, find Leigh or her show name, Free Flowing, on the left-hand side. And the archive date is September 23rd, if you want to listen to the rest of the show. We hope you enjoy it as much as we did. We hope you find some useful information. As well, we hope you also swing by during the week from Monday evening through Thursday evening. We start broadcasting at 6 p.m. here live in Sedona. So we'll see you then.
How do we as Americans, as anybody in any country in this world, stop this? I mean, it's craziness that they are killing us purposefully.
Yeah, well, the first thing to do is, the conspiracy of silence is killing us mostly.
Yes.
So I applaud what you're doing here tonight, Linda, Joshua, thank you so much for having me on tonight. But
it's our honor.
The people are afraid. You're either in love or you're in fear. And if you're in love, you've got the clear channel of faith. If you're in faith, you're in that zone where miracles can happen. And so that does not mesh well with fear. In fact, it's kind of like the good old story about good versus evil, light versus darkness. You've got the light can conquer the darkness, but the darkness can't conquer the light. Yeah. But the darkness engages fear. And everybody is engaged in their minds, fearful that if they speak out, they're going to lose their jobs, or if they don't go along with the program like the good sheeple currently marching to slaughter, they're basically going to not be happy or safe. And they may lose their jobs. So all of these, fear-based thoughts and political agendas and mainstream media indoctrinations, the propaganda is all about fear. The mainstream media plays to pain, fear, loss, real or imagined threats to survival. That triggers the ego mechanism that is really the number one enslaving mechanism in humanity today. Instead of being in our hearts, being in love, and realizing the heartfelt connection between each of us and our Creator, and the miraculous manifestations that can come about from using your heart with heartfelt, loving intention to pray and to create the things that we want, to bless our children and our children's children. You see, this is really what it's all about. So to answer your question, the first thing is that people have got to grow up. They've got to evolve out of this fear-based consciousness and then speak up for what is truth. The truth shall set you free, said Jesus. And he didn't say a half a truth is going to set you free or 80% truth is going to set you free. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth is the light. And this is why, I sent this material to the FBI. They're doing nothing. It's just the same type of thing that they did in 2000 when I sent them a week before it was even announced in the press, the anthrax mailings. I told them that we had a major anthrax scam unfolding in the United States, and they never came to me because they're not interested in the truth. They're interested in going along with the scam. And I know it's hard to believe for a lot of people, but that's really the way it is. Beyond that, okay, if you can come to terms and be outspoken and be a leader, be a hero to your community, and certainly at least your family, and learn the truth, educate yourself, wake up, and then share the life-saving knowledge and make the choices consistent with your health and well-being, then you take it to the community. And how we prepared that for you, everything's pretty much prepared for you on fluscam.com. We have a resolution. In fact, there's 3 resolutions that you can take to your local town council, to your local county officials, your local legislators, to take to your local sheriff's departments, because it's at the local grassroots level is the only way that we can possibly make a difference, because all of this agenda is coming from the top down. It's coming from the World Health Organization, which is Rockefeller-directed. WHO is giving the directions to the Centers for Disease Control. The CDC federal officials are placed in the state's public health departments. That's how this octopus is administering this agenda. So you could sue the state for a cease and desist, but if you name one of the federal officials in the State Department, immediately you lose your lawsuit because they take it out of the circuit court, they put it into the federal court, and there's no remedy for a cease and desist restraining order in a federal court for a state operation. That's one of the games, the manipulations that they have created. So what are we to do? We are to take the resolution to the local level. Like you have in Hawaii, for example. You have Reverend Roxy Hampton, who is working with the Emily Naoli, who is a county councilwoman that has taken it through the attorneys. They have a wonderful resolution that they're advancing that simply says, hey, folks, listen up. This is ridiculous. We need to sustain America's Constitution, freedom of religion, the right to choose. If you're a religious person, you can't dictate getting injected, infected, intoxicated, and prematurely decimated in terms of the population. You've got to have the choice, freedom of choice, free will, and that's a constitutional civil right. And so this resolution, you can download it, you can copy and paste it, and then you can modify it for your own county and your own township, anybody that's advancing the laws. Today in Laguna Beach, where I'm currently working, I addressed the Parents Teachers Association. Please be advised, everyone listening, be advised that the public is going to be requested to participate in the vaccination campaign if and when it becomes mandated. The Parents Teachers Association and the school boards are going to be following the states and the county health department's declaration. So they need us to administer this. And so if you start, like we did yesterday, addressing the school board, and this morning addressing the Parents Teachers Association, and give them the hard documentation to show that you're not a foolish conspiracy theorist, you're a realist, and you're really simply out there to try to benefit the public. And, you know, the response that we received this morning, I can tell you it was about 70% of the audience was in favor of what we were doing and what we were saying. You always are going to have, you're never going to be able to please everybody. There were some real total lunatics in that room who attacked us, and you could see there was nobody home. They had an agenda, they had a complete block, particularly a block over their hearts. But the reality is we are in the majority now, and as we speak up and tell the truth, it inspires others to do the same. Now, there's that issue at a county level, working with the legislators in your local level, the police, especially the sheriff's office, because the sheriff, you can educate them. Right now they're looking for information because they're in the process of being taken out in terms of their authority. As this global program is being advancing, the power that rests with the people at the grassroots and at the county level is being infiltrated and undermined, and the sheriffs don't like it. The sheriffs have actually the power to protect us against forced vaccinations. So there's a very fascinating research requirement currently in the responsibility of the sheriff's departments that we are now advancing a grassroots initiative to educate them. And then beyond that, please read also on fluscam.com the page that deals with jurisprudence, the full measure of understanding that we are in America. We have a constitution, and that Constitution states that the